Hello, it's been so long since I've done a garden update. I'm really sorry. It is now August 11th, and you're going to probably hear in the background a thunderstorm is brewing. So we've got some thunder rolling in and a few rain sprinkles, but I thought maybe I could get a quick garden update done before it got wet. I was really hoping we were going to go 3 days without rain, but it's not looking like it. Anyway, if you're new here, welcome. And my name's Adrienne, and this is Hamilton Homestead, of course. And this is our backyard garden. I am standing in front of my Jerusalem artichoke. John ordered these chromes, I think is what they're called, online. So they look like little dried up potato fingerlings or something. And I put them in dirt, and lo and behold, these things sprouted. And now this plant is 9 feet tall. Now, I did look up Jerusalem artichoke, and I know that it's not an artichoke. It's not from Jerusalem. It's actually part of the sunflower family, and it is the roots that are apparently quite tasty. I don't know what to do with this thing. This is my first year. I hear that I won't have to plant it again, and I haven't researched how to harvest it. If you know, please give me some clues in the comments below. But this plant is beautiful. If it does nothing else, but I'm hoping it gives me a few flowers. But I don't see any buds developing yet, but I'm assuming if it's part of the sunflower family, it's gonna maybe flower. Anyway, if not, it's still a gorgeous plant, and I've enjoyed growing it, and it is over 9 feet tall. Okay, so I'm going to turn you around and get this quick garden tour going before we get rained on. And I'll probably focus quite a bit on the tomatoes. The rest of the garden is looking good, you know, the zooks and the cukes and the carrots and all that. But the tomatoes, I wanted to show you some of the varieties that I'm growing this year that are doing really well. So let's get going. Okay, here is the Jerusalem artichoke. Nine feet in all its glory. And this is where I harvested the garlics the other day. I did start some green beans. I should be able to get 1 or 2 harvests out of those before fall. And I also started some more zucchini. I know it's kind of late, but even if I only get a few fruit off of them, that's fine. It's better than having the soil sit here doing nothing. And on this side, I did plant a few more pickling cukes. They've not germinated. I've had a little trouble with those cucumber seeds. I think they might be old, so I'll be ordering new cucumber seeds for next year. This is a winter squash, a butternut. I'm just going to let him roam in this area. We've had lots of green beans. I harvested yesterday, but look, I already need to harvest again. And this cabbage, I'm hoping... Oh, I see a little bug damage on it. I better check that out tomorrow, but I was hoping to get a 5-pound cabbage this year. And that's my contender so far, but I don't want it to split, and I don't want the bugs to get to it, so I'll check that out tomorrow. Okay. Cherry tomatoes in this barrel are not doing great. I have harvested a few handfuls. They are Sun Gold and Sweet 100s. But maybe the soil in this pot isn't that great. I do have 2 cherry tomatoes baskets that I planted with those tumbler tomatoes. And I've harvested probably a couple gallons of cherry tomatoes off of those 2 baskets. But these larger plants, not so much. Carrots are looking great. Survival seeds, Detroit red beets are doing great. Okay, this tomato plant is doing fantastic. This is the First Prize tomato. It's a slicer. I've grown this for several years, and it has really performed well for me. It's an indeterminate, and it has nice size slicing tomatoes that have great flavor. I've already had a couple sandwiches off of this plant. This is the Virginia Sweet bicolor. This is also an indeterminate, and I don't think it has any, well, it's got 1 or 2 fruit on it, not much. I probably will not grow this one again. And then over here is the Oregon Spring, which you can see I've got a few that are almost ready. That's a determinate variety. They're a smaller slicer. The beauty of these is that they can handle the cooler temps in the spring. And you're not going to get huge slicers off of it, but you're going to get early fruit. I will grow this one again. And here's those cherry tomatoes that just are not doing so great. Okay. And then over here are the first cucumbers I put in, and boy, we've harvested some fantastic cucumbers already. I've got the Suyong in here and a pickler, so they're kind of mixed. You'll see the picklers and then the longer English style fruits doing very well. Lots of yellow zucchini we've been enjoying. The next thing we'll be harvesting, we'll do a big harvest on, is peppers. I've got a lot of peppers that are ready to harvest. Okay, oh, I skipped over this tomato plant. Okay, this is the Siberian heirloom. It's a determinate. And you can see it's got a really compact growth habit. Do you hear that thunder rolling? I better get a move on. Okay, so I counted up the fruit on this plant. Let me look at my notes here. This is the Virginia... Oh, no, this is the Siberian heirloom. This plant has 38 smaller sized slicing tomatoes. I will be growing that one again, doing very well. This plant, oh my goodness. This is the jet setter. This is an indeterminate, large, beautiful slicing tomatoes. The first cluster is right down here at the base. Second cluster, third cluster, fourth, fifth, and these fruit are beautiful. They're big and really gorgeous fruit. Again, that's the jet setter. I just keep adding stakes to this thing and they just keep bending over. It's just loaded with fruit. This one has 32 tomatoes on it. Not quite as many as the Siberian heirloom, but these are much larger fruit. I will definitely grow that again. Oops, I messed up my marker here. Okay, the pumpkin patch. I put a little marker in here. I just messed it up and stepped on it, but do you remember John put in those two little triangle planters along the fence? You can kind of see that one back there. I'll see if I can pull up a better picture of them, but... And look at the pumpkins.
They're racing across the yard.
I know. We'll have to get the shotgun out. Okay, so this is the Atlantic giant pumpkin. And he's starting to run. And this is the pie pumpkin from Survival Seeds 2025. So our plan is to just let these free range here in the yard. I won't be picking them up and mowing them because they do set down. Let me show you this. This is kind of interesting. They do set down these little roots. You see those? And if I pick them up, I'm disturbing those. So I'm not going to do that anymore. Just gonna not, it'll get all weedy and everything, but it'll be fine. The pumpkins will grow. Look at that pie pumpkin right there. Okay, we just came out and measured from the edge of this number one plant, or this first planter. It is 25.5 feet down here to the edge of this first metal raised bed. 25.5 feet. And this leader has about 1.5 feet to go. These are the Atlantic giant pumpkin down here. It's got a little further to go, but I think it's going to make it. But yes, the pumpkins are free ranging in the backyard. And they're just glorious. They're beautiful and loaded with pumpkins. Okay. Shallots are doing really good. More cucumbers. We're harvesting beans out of these 2 pots here. Well, I know you can hear that thunder. Yeah, we're gonna get rained on. Okay, carrots, green beans. These are the potato pots that I replanted with cabbage. Carrots, more potato pots that are repotted with cabbage, green beans. And believe it or not, these pots of green beans, you know, they don't look very vigorous, but I have harvested quite a few green beans off of them. Okay. The log-edged flower bed here in the back is just really coming together. It's so beautiful. These plants are maturing and doing very well. Okay, that's the lemon balm back there. A week ago, I did a serious harvest on that plant and dehydrated it. And I have been drinking cucumber and lemon balm water. I just take a few sprigs of the lemon balm and I slice a cucumber up in the water. I put it in a half-gallon jug, put it in the refrigerator over the night, and I drink that half a gallon of water the next day, and it is wonderful. I'm actually kind of hooked on it. So again, lemon balm and cucumber makes a wonderful chilled water. Okay, my zucchini plant in the pot, I've harvested about 6 zucchini off of it. He doesn't look, you know, great, but he's producing fruit. And this tomato plant, I just noticed he's kinked down here at the bottom. And the other day after a thunderstorm, he fell over. Fortunately, it didn't kink and nothing broke, so I quickly put another stake in it, my biggest stake, and got him back up, and he's doing really well. And this is a big beef slicer, an indeterminate, and let's see, this one is also one I will definitely grow again. Let me look at my notes and tell you how many fruit we counted on this one. Okay, there are 34 tomatoes on this plant, and they are good sized. Just beautiful clusters. And they just go on and on and on, all the way to the top of this thing. Just beautiful. There's even some little guys way up there. 34 fruit on that plant. I will definitely grow that again. I will give it more support, but I'll be growing that again. And look, guys, look at all these. These are serrano peppers. You can see I need to get out here and harvest peppers. These plants are just loaded. That'll be our next big harvest. These are serranos as well. I don't know. There's a lot of fruit on there. I don't remember what that one is, but I love the way the peppers are straight up in the air. Really, really pretty plant. Okay, now these 2 tomatoes outside the greenhouse in these blue pots are early girls. And again, the plants, this one over here, I don't think it's getting enough sun, but he's got fruit on him and it's tasty. So I don't know, I may not do tomatoes in this spot again. It may not be bright, you know, sunny enough for them, but they do have fruit. Now, the greenhouse is another story. I did not plant varieties that were bred to grow indoors in a greenhouse. And like this one in the corner, the plant is gorgeous. I have pruned and pruned and pruned on this thing, and it's clearly an indeterminate, which was a bad choice on my part. I should have put a determinate in here. But its fruit is very small and very sparse. Not very much. This one is Oregon Spring. I've got this in a couple places, and it's doing better in the greenhouse than the other 2 plants in here, but it's still not as good as the ones I'm growing outside. And this one is a Waukee. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It's a variety of Roma tomato. It's doing okay in here, but Like I said, next year I will order tomato. If I grow tomatoes in here, there'll be plants that are bred for growing indoors. This is one of the tumbler tomato baskets. I just harvested yesterday and got about a half a gallon of cherry tomatoes off of it. And I have another basket. These have just been phenomenal. Do you hear that thunder rolling? So far no rain, but I can feel it's going to happen. The sky is going to open up here soon. Okay, this zucchini plant doing great. And this is the Survival Seeds 2025 Roma. Nice clusters of Roma tomatoes on her. But I don't think she's in a great spot either. Not getting a lot of sun. That plant should be double in that size. And I think it's just a matter of not enough sun. This is the Manitoba. It's a determinate, and its claim to fame was I was supposed to get early fruit off of it. But I haven't harvested anything off this plant, and the few fruits that are on it are very small. I don't think I'll be growing this one again either. And then this one is, this is the Waukee, the one I just showed you in the greenhouse. It is the Roma. And they're not huge fruit. But yeah, this one out here is doing really good. I'll definitely grow this one again. It's a nice determinate plant, and it's producing quite well. And this is Granadero, which is another Roma style tomato, and I have grown this plant for, I don't know, 5 or 6 years, and it's always performed very well for me. Large Roma style tomatoes that are very flavorful. And this plant is loaded. Let's see, did I count up what this one's got? I think I did. Yes, this is the Granadero, and the fruit grow in clusters. I don't remember how many clusters there are, but I have 39 tomatoes growing on this plant. The top cluster even is really doing well. Okay, it's starting to rain. Let me give you... Oh, here's the other tumbler tomato basket. Again, I harvested yesterday, so you're not going to see a lot of ripe fruit on it today, but you can see the plant is doing well. Even though I put too many plants in these pots, and I have to water them twice a day, I still am getting nice-sized, very flavorful cherry tomatoes, and lots of them. Okay, so let me give you... Oh, I haven't shown you the... green stalk planters. They're still really beautiful. This is the sage. I've harvested a ton of sage and parsley. The tatsoi, that's a cool weather plant, so I replaced it with the flower. But the herbs that I have growing in these and the flowers are doing really, really well. And they're beautiful. I mean, I'm really happy with these green stalk planters. I don't know if you watched the video where I made my garlic herb salt. I used a lot of herbs, and I have already replaced all of the herbs that I used for this year's 5-gallon batch of garlic herb salt, and my stores are replenished with herbs that I have dehydrated from this garden. Okay, do you hear the rain? Yep, we couldn't go 3 days without rain. That's okay, I'm not complaining. So we are harvesting something every day, and we are preserving something every day. And if you know what I need to be doing with that Jerusalem artichoke, please let me know in the comments below. And I hope your garden is going well and you have a beautiful week this week. Thank you for joining me. May you be blessed, stay grateful, and continue building that life you love.